Welcome, one and all, to the melodious tidings of Note to Self, a show where we use AI tools to facilitate, create, and maintain AI supported workflows. I'm your host, Sean Poindexter. I'm your host, Sean. Okay, don't nobody care about my last name, but showing you guys just how you can use AI. I'm currently using AI to create this application known as FastTag. FastTag, I think you guys are all going to enjoy. I have had Replit assist me in creating it, but um, initially I did some creating and I found that it was difficult. All the ways that I was trying to do it were just a little bit more tedious than I am used to, more tedious than I am ready for. So I had to use Replit in order to really be able to create the application. And now I am actually using, um, what is the tool? I am using, oh no, I'm hoping that I still have that up on my screen, but I am, no, it's gone. Oh man, it's all gone. Yeah, it's totally gone. Uh, but I am using DeepSeek in order to help me with a landing page for it. Now, today, I have told you guys a lot about doing this online thing, making money online the fastest, easiest way possible. And I wanted to show you guys just how possible it is. I wanted to show you guys that there's already some people doing exactly what I'm talking about. And if you devise the system and create the system and create the prompts in order to be able to do it, you can do it too. Now, you will have to put in a little bit of work. So, I'm going to show you exactly what kind of work you're going to need to put in order to be able to do it. But it's going to be easily done. It's going to be easily available, and then you will be, like I said, able to do it. Today, we're talking about getting into clothes branding, right? Creating your own clothing relatively easily, relatively quickly, and being able to sell it again easily and quickly with the most minimal work. Meaning, you don't begin working until you actually begin making sales. So you don't begin creating until you make the sales. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you just exactly how that goes, how that is done. But first, I want to show you guys the motivation behind it. So let me quickly get my computer to relink to my phone because I downloaded the video to my phone so that I could show you guys. And now my computer, my PC, it wants to act funny. So let me go to projections, um, and projection settings. All right, give me a second. Hopefully this doesn't blow the dang thing up. But let me know in the comments how your day is going. If you have found any success from anything that we have suggested here on the channel, let me know. Hopefully everything relinks up really quickly. Oh man, it's acting funny. Give me a moment. All right, so we got me up on the screen, but let me show you that video. So we go to videos, and so right here is just one of the videos that these people have been creating. Okay, they have been creating clothing for your what's it called, Power Rangers, right? And so I went and grabbed a screenshot or a video of all of the videos they have been making. Okay, and it's amazing. It's astounding to say the least. So if I go to play the video, look at this. All right. So these are the Ninja Storm. Um, one of my favorite Power Rangers of all time, Ninja Storm. Okay, these are the clothing that they've created, and the method by which they've created the clothing is relatively simple, guys. It's really simple. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and then some. Okay, and the approach, even the approach that I initially was taking, was just incorrect. But the approach that I'm going to be taking from here on in and that I'm going to be showing you guys is a better approach simply because it's just easier. It just makes sense. So these are Power Rangers Ninja Storm hoodies and pants that go with it. What they've done here is they've basically gone to your Printful. They've gone to your Printful. They've gone to Printify. They've gone to why did I get rid of that? Give me a moment. Okay, but anyway, they've gone to Printful, they've gone to Printify, and they've gone to Shopify, they've gone to Amazon, they've gone to a couple of print on demand places in order to be able to create what it was that you saw there. Again, I have their entire website. I mean their entire page. This is on TikTok. Note to self is also on TikTok, so you can head over there and see what we have over there. I need to get a little bit more polished, even though it is rumored that TikTok doesn't require all that polishing. I think that's a lie. Anyway, so in their page, what is it called now? Let me go look back at it. It's Market Wow Coot. Um, so let me head back over there and let me bring back up the projection because I don't want you guys to miss out on the content. So projection settings, I need to like create a button for it or something so that because it just goes out as soon as I'm not doing anything on my screen. Need to figure out how to keep that from happening. All right, so before we continue, I still think it's more to see. So I headed straight over to their website, right? On still on TikTok, right? By the way, okay, still on TikTok, and man, this is as you can see, they have AI people wearing the clothes. All this is AI generated. So they have a person supposedly wearing it, but again, that's another person AI generated. All right. Again, we still have AI generated. You got someone wearing it and walking through a forest of some sort, or not a forest, but a plain of some sort from a mountain of some sort. But this looks good. This looks good, right? Now, how many sales are they doing? Probably not so many due to the fact that uh, people are very picky with their Power Rangers. Okay, but you get to see what it might look like. And I think also like it depends on the season. I feel like they may end up doing it doing a little bit bigger with within a given season. So since these are hoodies, not so much. I think they need to start doing more jackets. I think they need to start doing more t-shirts. I think they need to actually use real people instead of just AI. So find real people to give free clothing to so that they can showcase it on their platforms. I think they need to do some live streaming wearing the clothes already. So it's a couple ways that they can enhance, they can improve, but we can utilize this to our advantage. Number one, their clothes can't be copywritten. Okay, their clothes cannot be copywritten. So since the clothing can't be copywritten because it belongs to Saban technically, right? It belongs to the Power Rangers overall. Then since that is the case, they have to be careful with how much publicity they get, how many sales they get, how many people are showing up for them, how many people are making purchases, all that kind of stuff. They have to be careful. But like these are really good. These are really cool. Now the reason why you can tell that it's AI is, for example, the AI. It like the belt is not supposed to be that tight because this is clothing. But the AI doesn't know that's not a real belt. Okay. So in some of the clothes, it gets it right. Other clothes, it doesn't. So what you would do, you would have to devise a prompt that could generate the clothing and generate the characters in the clothing. And then you would have to, of course, make the clothing as a reference, and then AI can then create the videos for you, right? But I think there are potentially more ways to go about creating these clothes, creating this outfits. So now what you and I are going to attempt to do is, number one, we're going to attempt to find out just exactly where we can uh, or how to design this clothing specifically, right? Or any clothing, okay? So what I'm going to show you is the easier method that even I'm going to begin to use alongside of you guys. And in fact, we're going to begin to create a mini clothing brand for us tonight, okay? Tonight. So hopefully once I come in, you guys are all ready. You guys are all available, but you got to subscribe. If you don't subscribe, you're going to miss out. But you're going to do it alongside of me, beat by beat, so that at the end, you and I will now have a clothing brand that we can put on Note to Self, that we can put on TikTok, Note to Self, that we can put on YouTube, that we can put on Instagram, that we can put on Facebook. Because at the end of the day, guys, you need something to sell. If you are a part of social media, it's not for social. It has always been for selling. Okay, it's always been for selling. So please understand that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be always selling on social media. Okay. So now that we have that going on, let us now begin. So in fact, I'm going to keep this simple, and I'm going to actually use the internet from my phone so you guys can see. And one of the things that you could potentially use is Grok. Grok now has an image generator or image creator, so you will eventually be able to use that. Also, let me give a big shout out to our 57th subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing and hitting the like button. Now, these subscribers are coming from our shorts, but we need more guys coming over here, and that means I need to be more available to you, more helpful for you guys. But with that being said, let me quickly go to the internet. I'll be right. Okay, so the first thing I did was head to Printful. Printful is a on-demand custom T-shirt, hat, mug, book bag, all that kind of stuff platform. You can make items, okay, different kinds of items that people can purchase, okay, and the way that you go about doing that is going to product catalog or product templates. If you have some, if you don't have any, you can create some, okay? If you go to create product, you can actually scroll through their products. Now, if we go to men's clothing, I think that's where we'll find the hoodies. Now, the cool thing or the intelligent thing that these guys are doing is that they're combining both the hoodies and the pants, right? Because on here, as you can see, the things are individualized. A t-shirt is a t-shirt. Pair of pants are a pair of pants. They don't really have sets. So when you create that order link, you're going to have to make it into a set. Now, me personally, these guys also are doing something called all over printing. It will show up on any one of the websites as uh, AOP, which is all over printing, printing sublimation of some sort, all these kinds of different names. Okay, but make sure you are always looking for that look, all over print, boxy football jersey. Okay, all of those. Always look for all over print. You can just put a something on a t-shirt, something on a hat, something on a mug, right? But it is that becoming of the individual that really could make or break it, right? Even those hoodies, right? Those hoodies that they created kind of sort of could be utilized for a suit, right? For what's the word? The transformation, and be used as a suit or clothing for Halloween. Okay, what I would suggest is they kind of try to push it more during this Halloween season, although Halloween is almost over, or October is almost over. I feel like if they had found the suits or found the hoodies that had the visors that could come over, they could have used them like that, but I'm not their marketing manager, so it's not my job to figure that out. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna go into search products and I'm gonna go all over, and then that's gonna show everything that is all over print. So let's go. And that said all over pillow. That's not what I selected. But let's try this again. All over. So I'm gonna search this again. Their website needs some work, and maybe they didn't find any. So let's do all over. All right, and now I guess that's the first thing that they have that you could select. But I don't want that. Instead, I'm going to select the hoodie, as we saw. So let's go hoodie. So all over print recycled universal zip hoodie. Let's see what that looks like. And now, as you can see, it's already priced at $50. Okay, it's already priced at $50. So we can already assume, like, this is the price. It says the price with Printful growth is cheaper, but typically it's going to be $50. So you have to make it worth the individual's while, right? You have to make it worth the amount of money that you want to make off of it. So you might want to make $50 off of this, right? You might want to make $50 off of this. So you might have to price the set at $100. Let me see. If you price the set at $100, they might cover the pants too. It depends. The pricing is going to be the most difficult part about this is definitely going to be the way that it's priced. Also, shipping starts at 79. So let me see. If we boost this up to 51, and we have $8, that's going to be $69. Oh, $59, right? So it's about $59. So you price at a whole $60. You're only going to be making $10 off of each shirt. So it's or each hoodie. Question is how much money do you want to make? That's really the question, right? And how you're going to sell it. I would suggest bundling it or figuring out how to bundle it with tons more stuff. Now, if you go to create product template, that's where you're going to have to input all of your images into the product template, okay? If we go to file guidelines here, right? That's going to show you what you have, which is your back, your front, your right sleeve, your left sleeve, your hood, your pocket, your label, and the label inside. These are all the things. This is all the sizes. And then the print file template is going to be important because that's going to give you your JPEG or your PNGs of just exactly how everything is going to look. But the issue arises for me when manipulating that JPEG or that PNG to properly fit inside of the garment. That is the hardest part. And so I want you to be able to fulfill these orders. So what you do is you download that file template just to see what it looks like. I'm going to tap it and we're going to open it up in my files. I'm then going to extract to that file or that folder. I'm next going to see just exactly what that hoodie thing looks like. Or did it? Yeah, so it shows you like this is just one. If we look at it in the galleries really quickly, this is what it looks like, and this is the sleeve. So it's really hard to have the proper sizing of the sleeve. I think that there's supposed to be a line right down the middle. Um, that's what it's supposed to look like, but I'm not quite sure, and I always mess this up. Okay, so I feel like the solution would be to take a look at the way that this sleeve is shaped And when you draw or where you design or when you color, however you decide to manipulate this, um I like to use ibis paint, and I also like to use pixart. Both of them have some pretty good effects, so I like to use them. But take and trace that out and draw on that. The same, I believe, goes for the pockets and the borders and all that, because when you manipulate it, right, to create the template, this is what the picture is going to look like. Okay, this is what the template is going to look like. And then in fact, let me show you right now. So if we go to create template, right, this is, as you can see, this is what the object looks like. I think I want to change it. But all these shapes are basically exactly what the object looks like, but it's just really hard to get this exactly right without these shapes. So I would suggest maybe tracing these yourself and taking and overlapping them all on top of each other properly, so that you can actually mark everything down where it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to be. And then that way, when you finally create the finished product, you can actually have it look exactly how you want it to look. Because manipulating it on here, like tap to design, uploading a design, picking this and applying it, right? Scale down, closing that, right? When you apply it, it's not going to look exactly identical to what you were going for. Okay, and it's just, you end up fighting with it the whole time, and to me, it just doesn't work out right. So now it's hard to do this on the phone, right? But let's say if I go now to, gonna go to the way that we want it to look. Here we go. And I like to put it in black. So that design that I just put, look, this is exactly what it looks like. Okay, but I want the pockets to be in the proper place and things of that nature. But as you can see, you could already see how easy it is to get it to look how you want it to look. Very easy, very simple, very fast, to the point. And you can make a ton of these images. You can make a ton of these designs. Oh, and by the way, the design that was uploaded was created using AI. Okay, so AI generated that look for me, and like I said, it's just hard to get everything properly aligned. Now, this one was a little bit easier, or this one was a little bit better to work with, due to the fact that it's a mixture of different colors, a mixtures of different designs. But for example, like even when I go to the pocket, upload design, hit the upload design, apply this design, it's hard to get this pocket to align with everything else um, in my image. So that's why it might be easier to first cut out the individual designs so that you can select them individually. All right, so let me see if this is right. And it's definitely difficult to do this when you are on the phone. Definitely, you need a computer for the manipulation of these designs. Everything right now on my phone, everything on my phone right now is in the way and things of that nature. So you really kind of sort of don't want that stuff. So it's definitely better to do this on your computer, on your mobile. But like I said, tonight we're going to, I'm going, like, all throughout the day, I'm going to think about who I want or what I want, like specific clothing designs that I want. I think I'm going to be more into Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball designs, although that's been done. So I need to do some research and see what anime is really popular or relevant right now. And then that's when I'm going to, or that's what I'm going to make clothing of. So let me see if I could just get this to be a little bit smaller so that it could fit more properly. Hmm. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. I mean, you could potentially work with that, right? You could potentially work with that. Um, that's actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. So you can see just how easy it is to end up creating your whole own clothing brand, and then take this and list it in your TikTok shop. List it on its own page. Creating a page like um right now I'm making a landing page using DeepSeek. Okay, I have a landing page going on using DeepSeek, and DeepSeek has created this landing page for me, and it may have even created working code. So let me see. Just random and hit generate. Oh wow, yeah, it's even created working code. So in theory, you can make an entire landing page with DeepSeek for people, or ordering page for people to purchase your products. Okay. And so like the choice is yours. Okay, the choice is yours. The possibilities are endless right now in this day and age of AI. So after you've generated the clothing, all right, so let me close this out. After you've generated the clothing, the question remains: how do you put someone in the clothing so that so that they can, you know, be walking in the clothing? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this image, and it's going to be a PNG file, and I'm going to go to Grok, and I'm going to see if I can get Grok to do it. Because if Grok can do it, Grok right now has the free image tool, and we can say we grab our clothes, and we can say custom, and we can say place place someone in this hoodie walking through the mall with friends. So I've uploaded that, but as you can see, this is already what Grok has created right there already. Let me download that real quick. Download has started, and that could be your branding for creating clothing, guys. For creating clothing. I mean, this is amazing. But I told Grok to place someone in the. Oh, so I think I messed up. Um, place. Hold on. Let me do this again. Place someone in the clothing walking through the mall with friends. This hoodie is the hoodie that they are wearing, and their friends are possibly wearing hoodies that look similar. So now it's going to begin creating the hoodie with friends, I hope, with friends in it. Okay. Um, and it has the percentage, right? So you can end up creating a whole clothing brand and making it look more official simply by incorporating Printful or Printify with Grok, and then posting it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Look at this. Yo. 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 We're doing this tonight, guys. We are doing this tonight, guys. Yo. 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 All right. They're wearing the same hoodies. They're wearing the same exact hoodies. Mine has been blown. So the Ninja Storm guys have been using Grok for the clothing. That's probably what they've been using. Grok is free right now, so this is the best time to get on to oh my gosh, like oh my gosh. So whole clothing brands can now be created. So really, this is going to. Oh man, hold on. My mind. I just blew my own mind. I just blew my own mind because I didn't think. I didn't think it would work so well. I didn't think it would work so. I didn't think it would be so good. This is amazing. Hold on. Can I? Is there sound?
This hoodie is incroyable, non?
Okay. So that's the sound that it came up with. Grok also creates sound for the videos as well. Um, so tonight, guys, tonight we are going to hit the ground running. We're going to hit the ground running, guys. I think I'm going to live stream this on TikTok. Uh, yeah, I think I'm going to have to live stream this, guys. Um, man, man, I didn't think this would be this good. Now there I do see some mess ups. You see where the strings are. That's messed up. Um, but and so then at oh wow. Yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit.